I wanted to at least tell you what the position is going to be like, and then I want to hear a final answer for you.
Cool. Absolutely, yeah.
So first and foremost, Bryson, I think your biggest strength from our first initial discussion was the fact that you are very systems and operation minded, right? That's what I kind of heard from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that stuff.
Want your role to. You can hear me?
Yeah, I said I love that stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for, okay? Because I want to use your strength towards obviously our benefit, right? That's really what it is. So there's that, of course. So I'm talking about onboarding. I'm talking about like client experience from the very beginning. I'm talking about I have a project going on for like a lower ticket offer of like, clients that come in and don't necessarily need check-ins or don't want check-ins, but they have all these different things. I love the mindset coaching you were telling me about. Again, I liked your onboarding strategy, which I think would be huge for us to implement as well. End all be all is that. And then of course, check-ins. Okay. So you're going to be task-based as in like project-based kind of thing. And I do want to build you up in communicating and how to communicate, at least how we communicate with our clients. It's actually going to be a very big benefit for you in your own personal coaching experience as well.
Cool.
With how to support your clients and things like that. Because like I told you, we're in the business of caring at ME Fitness more than business of coaching. And when you can pump someone up, you probably didn't even realize that I made note of this, but you said something about replying to a check-in that stuck with me, was the fact that sometimes you're just celebrating wins. When you are replying to a check-in, it's literally just like, dude, amazing. You're at a new low. Everything's going well. We don't really need to change anything. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
So that's what I love as well. So there's that piece. Now, of course, the other piece that we're going to talk about are check-ins themselves. As you can imagine, carrying the amount of volume that I have with my clients, there's a fuck ton of check-ins.
Yeah.
But there's a certain way we go about it, obviously, with how to check in, and it's pretty similar to what you do already, it seems like, it's all written check-ins, okay?
Okay.
So, you're celebrating the wins. I always start off with a win. Always. Always, always, always. From the very beginning. And I'm in the middle of revamping our check-in questions now to include more ways for clients to celebrate their wins.
Cool.
So there's that as well. In the very beginning, I don't anticipate you taking on so many check-ins at once because I want to build you up, obviously. And then from then on, we'll start giving you more responsibility as we grow you in the role. Okay?
Okay.
So those are basically, in a nutshell, you're going to work in tandem with the other shadow coaches. I'll introduce you. We have our team meetings on Mondays. You'll be introduced to the other shadow coach. I'd love for you guys to kind of start collaborating as they do already.
Okay.
Like the different programs and stuff like that. He's in the middle, actually one of my shadow coaches in the middle of revamping all the courses and stuff like that we offer.
Oh,
okay?
way cool.
And I think that you will bring in a very good organizational piece because you kind of know Everfit as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very, 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 very awesome. Now, the underlying, of course, compensation, right? Like that's a topic that we wanted to discuss as well. As I stated before, it's $250 a week, USD. I don't know. You're from Utah.
Yeah.
So, and then from the very beginning, we're not going to compensate check-ins just yet. As you start to obviously learn and things, and once you take on that responsibility, we can start compensating you per check-in. So base right now will stay the same, which is $250 a week, so $1,000 a month. I pay it weekly. I want you to get paid every week, have some cash on you, every week.
Yeah.
And then if that's okay with you, if you want to bundle it up into every month or whatever, your choice, whatever. I'm open for discussion on that. And then, as we start to grow you with the check-ins and you take on more responsibility, I do want to compensate you for check-ins as well.
Cool.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
So, do I have an anser? Is it a yes?
Yeah, it's a hell yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, of course.
I'm really glad to have you on the team, man. I actually I had a impromptu meeting this morning with one of my shadow coaches, and I told him, I'm like, I'm actually going to be giving it to one of these guys. I explained your situation, because I talked to two, I wasn't bullshitting, I did talk to two other roles, possible roles as well, and I just felt like your strengths outweighed their strengths. So I'm glad to have you on board, dude.
Cool, man. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much. I remember when you said that you had other people that you were talking to, and that was the first thing that came to my mind when I looked at my phone. I was like, oh my hell, I just sold the whole thing. Like, I text my girlfriend. I'm like, that whole thing I told you about? Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah.
Look, man, like, again, like, I give grace. I'm an understanding person, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something, like, this, which is pretty fucking crazy. Okay?
Okay.
This morning, my wife, she's currently, like, interviewing. She's a dentist, so she's interviewing for, like, another role in the dentist field,
cool.
dental field. She missed her interview, okay? So and it's an in-person interview.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay.
I was like, what the fuck? But anyways, so she missed it this morning. And like it kind of like, then obviously you missed yours like an hour or so ago. And then I talked to her. I was like, damn, I think I got stood up. Like, maybe he just doesn't want the role anymore.
Yeah, no.
She's like, just wait on it. Like, it happens. It happened to me this morning. And I was like, all right, bet. So that played a factor as well, because I didn't automatically move on to the next guy.
Well, tell your wife thanks for missing her interview for me.
I will. All right, man. I'm fucking pumped. I'm fucking stoked. I can't wait to get you on. And obviously, like, you know, I want to pick your brain. Like, I want to show you how we do things.
Oh, likewise.
Because I definitely, like, look, at the end of the day, this is a learning experience for you, but also a learning experience for me. Like you said as well on our initial conversation, once you say you're done learning, you're fucked.
Game over. Yep.
So I obviously want to write up a contract and everything like that for you. This just standard shadow coach stuff. I usually get it from PT Dom anyways. PT Dom has a couple templates that I get.
Cool.
But I wanted to ask, when did you want to start? Did you have anything in mind? Did you have something coming up you want to wait for?
No, I can start tonight if you want me to. No, for real, yeah.
Let's do Monday.
Okay.
Monday will be your first official day, first official week, and we get the ball rolling from there, and we go from there. So I wanted to obviously write down a couple like things in terms of like your availability and everything, because I know that you told me that you had like a couple hours a day or so to be allotted. So first and foremost, Mondays at 12:45 are 12:45 Eastern are our team meetings. Are you able to handle that? Are you able to attend that, or do you have something going on at those times?
You said 12:45 Eastern time?
Yes. So you're an hour.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. So that would be 10:40 because it's 7:38 right now for you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm at work from 5 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. my time. So that would be 7 to 4:30 your time. So okay. I can't even attend the coaching calls for the group. So I can't. No.
That's fine. That's fine. Look, that's understandable. You have other responsibilities, so I get it. All right. So then I'll have to create a standing meeting for us only and fill you in, or I can see. Is that every day? 5 a.m. to?
Yeah, every single day. And I have every other Friday off, which it's a weird schedule, but yeah. Okay.
So 5 a.m. just to actually write this down.
I can make up a whole doc and send it to you so it's easier for you.
Now, what is it? Just 5 a.m. to?
Yeah.
Let me write this down. 5 a.m. to what time again?
5 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., but usually I go to the gym right after work. That's like the only time I would be able to go. So it's like 5 a.m. to 4 if you want to be.
Okay, 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that's mountain. What are you, mountain?
Yeah. Yeah, mountain time.
Cool. And so that would be 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. my time, right? Eastern?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then obviously you'll be working like, I guess like a couple hours after, right? So like what do you anticipate? How much time do you think?
So are you asking how much time I have after I get home, or?
Like to actually work like on the role itself?
I would have from 4:30 p.m.
And let me tell you, don't highball it. Okay, I don't want you to overcommit. Like I don't want you to tell me, I'm gonna fucking work till midnight every day. Like no,
I'm not gonna say that. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna say 4:30 to. Well, before I even answer that, so this is an everyday thing that I need to be contributing to every day?
No. So that's the thing. This is not like an hourly role, okay? This is more of a task-based role or a project-based role or responsibility-based role, okay? That's what basically you become a subcontractor, okay? That's what the role is for shadow coaching. You know what I mean? And then in your specific scenario, This is not like an hourly, like, like clock in, clock out type shit. It's more like I have work to do. This is the way the other shadow coaches work is the same way, where it's like I ask them like, okay, what are your time slots? And it's mostly so I don't bug you while you're not working. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you tell me, hey, my time 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., for example, like that's when I'm going to be allotted, then yeah, then I'll expect shit to be done from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. You know what I mean? That's the time that
Got
I
you.
have. So like that way I understand like, okay, he's not working at fucking 3 p.m. or 12 p.m., you know?
Right.
So like I'm very understandably so there. And then of course, like once you start getting into check-ins are mostly Fridays. Like 90% of check-ins are Fridays. You get some stragglers on Tuesdays, and obviously some clients are late and do it Saturday, whatever. So then of course that time, that will be like on those Fridays, once you like get up and running with check-ins, that's like I'm expecting Fridays around that time, that's when it works. But obviously I don't want you to commit to something where it's like you're working every single day. So that's something that honestly, what I'm going to do is talk to the higher ups at PD Dom and just see how they structure it. And then I'll give them the information that you provide with me, like, hey, what would you do? And
Okay, cool.
that up, a contract. Just so, honestly, I just want to temper expectations on both parts. I don't want you to feel like you're overworking. And at the same time, I don't want to fucking bug you either. Okay?
Makes sense.
So that we have that as well.
And what days did you say check-ins were?
Fridays.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I'm really heavily thinking about moving it to Thursdays.
Okay.
So because like my rule is like within 24 hours, the check-ins are answered, which is pretty standard across the board. Anyways.
Okay. Yeah.
And because it's a written one, it's not even like a Loom thing or anything. So I anticipate like with the volume, I don't want you to have to work on Fridays and Saturdays for the check-ins. You know what I mean? Just
Okay.
so it makes sense. That's what I do, but like again, you see the bags under my eyes. I don't fucking sleep. So that's usually the case.
Okay.
So we can do something like that and see how we can hash it out. But I'm telling you from the beginning, Bryson, your main responsibility is going to be operations and systems.
Okay.
Like I want to pick your brains on fucking onboarding everything, A to Z, because you have something like your strength was that, and I think that's going to be a big advantage and a big merit to the company.
Cool. Yeah, I feel much better as far as operations and shit goes. I just feel like it's almost like obsessive, dude. It's like I almost focus way too much of that on when I do my own thing as opposed to like sales and marketing and stuff like that, you know? So anyway.
Like what do you mean, like efficiency kind of thing? Like
yeah, I think I just get it's almost to a point where it's like I spend 5 years making something 1 second faster. It's like, is that worth it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's an extreme example, but yeah.
No, I mean, I'm telling you from right now, man, you're going to lift up the hood, our shit, and you're going to be like, yeah, I can make this shit exponentially faster. So
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, so that's perfect. Okay.
Would I have an account? Sorry.
Go ahead. You go first.
Would I have an account, like a coach's account on Everfit, or would I be under you?
So what's going to happen is this. I'm going to build you, obviously, or you can build yourself if you want, your own client perspective, because that's like very important, like when you do testing and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I've got one. Yeah.
Yep. So that's important. Then you're going to be under me, under my name. So I'll give you my credentials to log in yourself. And then that's what the shadow coach role is. Like you're responding to clients and stuff like that from my name. Right. Okay. That's what the shadow coach is. Up until then, like, you know, like as we progress and things, like, to be honest with you, man, like if you do such a stellar job with shadow coaching, like if you were open to it, I don't mind bringing you up into assistant coaching, like literally having your own clients, right? You see the volume we have. I don't think that would be a bad thing. That's what one of my shadow coaches does now. He is Coach Andrew, and you'll meet him. Coach Andrew started as a shadow coach. He did an incredible job, and he's the one that's the physical therapy background that I told you about.
Yeah, cool.
And now he is an assistant coach. He's head of training, so he does all the training and stuff like that too.
Okay, cool.
So that's typically what I like to do because, like, it's trial by fire. You're gonna get thrown into the deep end for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think you can take it. I'm very sure you can.
Cool. I'm very excited, dude. This is awesome. Thanks so much for having some understanding about earlier. So that's cool.
No, I appreciate it, man. And like, again, like, thank my wife because I usually like, I'm just like this, but I'm like, fuck it. Like, let me at least wait a little bit. And I'm actually very thankful as well that you were honest and you told me that you just missed it.
I was actually making reels for this week, and I looked down. I'm like, oh my Lord, dude. Yeah.
So at least you didn't come up with some excuse that like.
No, I straight up missed it. Didn't even. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, any other questions for me?
I don't think so, but I didn't even answer your question about the times I was available. Do you still need that? Like the hours after work?
Well, so what were the hours?
So, I mean, so it depends on like the days that I would hit the gym and the days that I wouldn't. So generally speaking, I'll say like 4 to 6, and then the rest of the time at 4 to 6:30, 4:30 to 6:30, I think is the best, just because I have other obligations to tend to. But that's Monday through Thursday. I can write all this up for you. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that. But it's Monday through Thursday, and then every other Friday I have the whole day to do kind of whatever. And I honestly leave that open to fit in whatever I have, and then like catch up on things or make more video or whatever. So that's what that is for me. So, so I think 4:30 to 6:30 weekdays, and then every Saturday up until 6 p.m. and then Sunday kind of like random. But I'll write it up for you.
Sundays business are closed. We're closed on Sundays. That's like okay. So write that up for me. The reason I'm asking that, Bryson, look, I'm a fucking human being. And to tell you the truth, like, I don't want you to, like, I want you to do an incredible job and work your very hardest. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyways. But I also don't want you to, like, overwork.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I totally get what you're saying, yeah.
Well, so that's the thing. Like, I am understanding what the rule is, and I want you to do your very best. And obviously, by the way, as you progress, like obviously, as the more responsibility you take and stuff like that, compensation also grows as well. This is just a standard baseline that even PT Dom starts with. And then from there, like, as you can take on more responsibility, man, like, dude, there's much room you can imagine. And Brian shares my shit all the time, like with how much we're making per month and stuff like that. So there's a lot of room for growth here, a lot of fun. Okay. It's just a matter of just being like very reasonable. And also like when you take on more responsibility, like understanding like, yeah, you take on more responsibility, man, I want to compensate you for that, you know?
Right.
As well. So I don't want you to overcommit, like I said, but I also like, I'm very honest. If you're telling me you're going to work 2 hours this day, bro, those 2 hours, you're fucking working. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't want, you know what I mean? Like, that's the end all be all. But write that out for me and see. More than likely what I'll do, since you have availability Saturday, which is huge for us, because there's a lot of work that translates from Friday to Saturday, and because you might be off on some Fridays.
Yeah.
I have a feeling what we would do is just the weeks that you're working Friday, you like one of the other weekdays you're off. And then the weeks that you're not working Friday, then you're working Monday through Thursday. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just to balance it. You know what I mean? So you're not working 6 days a week.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think that's a very fair way to go about it. But more to come on that. I'll take a look at your availability when you send it to me. I'll write up the contract and everything like that, and then I'll send it your way once we get that squared away. The only other question I wanted to ask was, what was your preferred payment method? Like, you good if I just Zelle you, or you want like an official thing too?
I don't have Zelle. I've got Venmo, Apple Pay.
Oh, Venmo, you're done.
Okay, Venmo. There you go. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And hey, you're a subcontractor. You do what you want, tax purposes. You know what I mean? Like,
cool. Well, what's the thing with Venmo? Is it so much compensation per year that you actually have to report it?
So let me tell you, right? Like, just because we have a little bit more time. In the beginning, I was being compensated strictly on Venmo. Like, everything was on Venmo. And at the time, like, there was like an upper limit of like 20,000 per year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now it's like $2,000. So
I thought it was 600 or something stupid.
Now maybe they brought it down some more. Last I checked, it was $2,000 per year. So it's like, you know, at the end of the day, they're watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter what the hell you're doing, you gotta do. You know what I mean? I'll just leave it at that. But for the time being, we can do Venmo for sure. Just send me once you sign the contract. Just send me your Venmo. And then I'll pay that every Friday. Friday most likely will be payday.
Okay.
Cool,
man.
And
perfect.
Or weekly?
Say that again?
Weekly's fine with you?
Yeah, perfect. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we're good.
Any other questions?
I'm sure I'll have so much more on Monday when we start getting going because I ask a lot of questions, but yeah, not right now.
Let me actually, while you're on the call, let's schedule a call on Monday for your first day.
Okay.
So we're going to be working obviously all day Monday, right? That's the time frame.
Yep.
And then you get out what time?
I'll be good. So I get out at 2:30, but like I hit the gym and stuff, so 4 o'clock.
Okay, so 6 o'clock my time?
Yep.
Okay. I have a call. Fuck. I forgot that Tuesday is my Christmas. Like, I'm Orthodox, so I celebrate Christmas on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So Eve for us is Monday. 6:30 my time. Would that work? So 4:30 your time.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you're in there.
Yeah, let me do that. Let me just send you a Calendly link while I'm doing it,
Okay.
and then we'll go from there. It'll be a quick Zoom call, just like this one.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm doing this right in front of you, but
Oh, you're good. Now, I was thinking about it. I think the main reason why I missed it earlier is because I didn't even put it in my calendar. I'm looking at it right now. I didn't put it in there. So there we go.
Okay. So make sure you don't fucking miss this one.
Yeah, no, it's in there.
Bryson, first day. Cool. It'll just be 30 minutes. I'll have a whole bunch of shit ready for you. And then most likely I'll probably, between now and then, honestly, I probably might just send you the links and stuff just to log in so you can dabble a little bit.
Okay, cool. Do you know if on Everfit if you can switch between accounts pretty easily, or do I have to log out and then back in and stuff? Like if I have to go to my clients, you know what I mean?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Okay. No problem.
Why can't I just, what the fuck? Just give me how do I make I know how to do it from my phone. Whatever. Sorry, I feel like I'm a fucking boomer sometimes.
No worries.
Create one-off meeting. Here you go. Add location. I'll just send you the link like I did today.
Okay.
Okay, Monday the 6th. And we'll do that. 6:30. Cool. Share. Copy link.
You texting this to me?
Yeah, I'll just send you the calendar link to book it.
Okay, cool.
Just sent it. Much easier from the phone. All right,
Okay.
cool. So between now and then, I'll get you on Everfit just so you can start poking around and seeing. Like obviously text me if you have any questions. Definitely going to write up a couple, like just start off projects right away that we'll talk about. That way we have a clear cut agenda. Like you can go into the meeting that we have on Monday with some ideas in your head and a good understanding of how like everything looks like from my end. And then we can go from there and kind of just brainstorm for the 30 minutes and then go from there. Cool.
Cool. And this is all happening 4:30 on Monday, right? Because I can't make the meeting.
Sorry?
This is what we're talking about. This is for the 4:30.
That's going to be like, it's like your
Gotcha. I just wanted to clarify because I can't make the morning one.
I'm going to actually, so what I'll do is I'm going to talk to the team and see maybe there's another time that works for all of us during the week. Honestly, to be honest with you, I hate that 12:45 time, my time.
You just hate it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so like I would be cool with like a later in the day meeting for all of us, like 7 p.m. my time, which would be 5 p.m. your time. That would work out perfectly.
Yeah.
Something we can all collaborate on and see what works for all of us. So I'll check with the team. I'll definitely, I want them to get to know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And once they see your name and everything, they understand who that is, and we'll go from there. But I'm fucking pumped.
Cool, man.
I'm really excited to have you on board, bro.
Well, I appreciate extending the offer, your time, the calls, everything. So I'm very much looking forward to it as well. It's going to be cool.
Awesome, dude. So like I said, just to be clear, Monday we're going to meet, right, for your onboarding. Okay, send me right after this call or whenever you get the chance by today or tomorrow. Just send me your true availability so I can take a look and write that down. And of course, like, I know things happen. Maybe down the line your schedule changes. That's cool. Just let me know.
Cool.
I'll get you the login for the Everfit on my account, and then once you get in there, feel free to build your own client. I had to extend the Everfit thing up. It's like 250 clients now, so we have space.
Crazy.
So make your own. We're gonna be full. I'm gonna have to extend again by the end of this year. I already put that into my vision board.
Yeah.
So feel free to make your own client and see from there and see how that looks. And then I'll also send you a couple ideas that I had in mind of your first couple of projects. So onboarding, the low ticket offer, things like that. I'll add you to the group chat with ourselves. So that way you have like a clear understanding of how everything looks, and then your first couple projects. So once we get on the call on Monday, you can go ahead and start telling me what you think, right? Tell me what your brain is thinking in terms of operations and stuff. Between now and then, bro, dude, text me. Like, you'd be like, bro, what the fuck is this? Like, what do you do with this? What do you do with this? I'll be more than happy to answer that. Okay?
Okay. Sounds good. Hell yeah, dude.
Awesome, bro. All right, man.
Cool.
Well, have a great rest of the night. I'm excited.
Hey, you too.
And let's fucking do this.
Hell yeah, dude. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bro. We'll talk soon.
Okay, see you later.
Peace.
Holy fuck. All right. So as you just heard, you actually missed the first. Holy fuck, bro. You missed the first part, Mr. and Mrs. Listener. So that was a shadow coaching call. I talked about it on the show. When did I talk about it on the show? Holy fuck, dude. Talked about it on the show. Where did I even talk about this? I don't know if I talked about this. I'm sure I did. So I'm going to be a shadow coach. You know, what that means is I'm going to go and work underneath somebody else while also working on my own shit. And they're going to provide compensation, but I'm going to get a shit ton of experience and exposure working. I did talk about this. I know I did, but I didn't put it in the title of any show though. Matter of fact, let's use my transcription thing. Where's my fucking mouse? Hold on. Let's go over here. And, Hashim. Hold on. Fuck. Shadow. I'm trying to find it. Shadow coach. I'm presenting a shadow. I mean, I could do anything. What the hell is this? Shadow coach. The thing called shadow is a big thing. Shadow coach. And I could do anything. It's like, okay, well, I don't know if I talked about it or not, but I'm just going to hurry and brush over it. So I would work underneath another coaching brand name or whatever. I'd be a coach under that person's name. So this guy's name is Mina. I would reply to clients. I would do everything as Mina. And it's just for me to work in the shadows, but gain the experience, get the perspective of what it takes to run an operation their size. Because if they have, like you just heard on the call, over 100 and what is it? What did he say? He said he extended it to 250 or whatever. If they've got that many clients in there, that's a shit ton of people. And for me to have that kind of exposure so early on, I think that would only be beneficial. And it is compensation on my end as well. I know I talked about this for sure. I talked about money. So right now, they're going to start me at $1,000 a month, like you heard on the call. And then there would be, I think what he said the last call, which I did not record because I was in the In-N-Out parking lot because I parked there. It would be $3 to $5 per check-in, up to 10. And I could do up to 60 check-ins per week. So right there, that's $600 extra per week. So 24. So that's $3,400 total I would be making from this company, I guess, in the future. Now, maybe that's a year away, maybe that's 2, I don't know. But either way, that right there is enough for me to quit my job. So that's very interesting. So right now, I got a call scheduled Monday. I got all that going. So we're going to figure out, so I start Monday, onboarding, cool. And then I guess I'll go from there. But I don't even want to talk about that. So what I want to talk about is before the call started, Oh, no. So the call started and I wasn't recording anything because I had to get on the call so quick. The call started and pretty much what he said was, hey, I know that you, hold on 1 second. Hello.
Dude, sorry to be calling you out of the blue.
Oh, you're good.
Forgot to mention one thing.
Yeah.
There's a signing bonus as well of $250. So I'm going to send you that via Venmo once you do sign the contract. Cool?
Oh, badass. All right, cool.
All right, cool. So just remember to send me everything, and I'll get the contract by Sunday, and I'll also send that signing bonus to you your way.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Sounds good.
Awesome, bro. Just want to tell you on the phone.
Yeah.
All right, man. Have a great rest of your night.
Hey, you too. Bye-bye.
Peace. Bye.
What's going on? Cool. So before the call started, before I started recording, he made it a point that punctuality was very important to him because previously today I missed the fucking call. I didn't even look at my phone. It wasn't in my calendar. I just neglected to give any kind of attention or thought to this call that we had scheduled for today last week. And I missed it. I looked at my phone and I thought, oh my fuck, dude, you're kidding me. And so this is what he said. He didn't really say much of anything. Holy shit. I'm already in the fucking group chat. Oh, dude, so much is happening right now. What's going on? Okay, so he said 2 minutes after the call started earlier, hey man, it's Mina. Are you joining? And then fucking hour later, I said, hey, I apologize. I completely spaced the meeting today. Just grabbed my phone and saw this text. If you have time now until later, I'm free to call. I sincerely apologize. And he said, can we do this time? I said, absolutely. He says, I'll send you the link. I said, perfect. We get on the call and he says, punctuality is huge for me. Now, maybe it's a one-off thing. I don't know. But I just want you to know that we want to give you the offer. We extend the offer to you, but punctuality is huge. So I'm trusting that this is just a one-off thing. And when he said that, dude, I just felt so much anger inside because I'm like, dude, I'm in control of how I spend my fucking time. Why am I missing these things? Why am I late? Why am I not seeing? Dude, it just made me so angry inside. Because how the fuck do you get an opportunity like this and just take a shit on it, dude? So angry at myself. So anyway, that was a little kick in the balls right there for me. And now I'm glad that happened because now I feel, just holy shit, So anyway, now to the cool shit. So I guess I'm getting a signing bonus. Really cool. I don't know how to explain this, but I think it's important to document here, but like all these money amounts, like I don't even think about the dollar amounts or the money. Like, yes, I need money to survive. Yes, I need to make money so that I don't go bankrupt. I get that. So I don't got to sell shit. So I'm not late on rent. I 100% get that. But he said $250 signing bonus. And the first thing that I thought was, that's just going into savings. I'm not going to touch it forever, not forever, just going to be a long time. So in the extra finances that he's giving me, that I'm being compensated by for working for his team, for whatever, that is a thing itself. And again, that money, that's probably going to have to be put toward bills and stuff so I can stay alive, because that would actually allow me to break even. Matter of fact, let's check. Let's go. I haven't, it sounds horrible, but I've not checked the financial shit of myself for a minute because it's now 2025. So let's see here. Oh, what am I fucking looking at? Yeah. So actually, yeah. So having this, I'm just trying to make sure that I see all this correctly here. I think so. So Chase Freedom, Chase Amazon, Chase Meal. Okay. So right now, the monthly difference for me is negative $992, meaning I'm negative $900 per month. And the only reason why I'm staying afloat is because I have credit cards, and that's me staying afloat. That's one thing I don't really talk about much, is the fact that I'm negative $1,000 every month now. I just put everything on credit cards because I believe so hardcore in my abilities that so in my mind, I get credit cards and I take out these loans. I do I'm not taking out loans, but who gives a fuck what it is? Take out these credit cards. I'm doing all these things. If I didn't do that, I couldn't afford to do anything that I'm doing as far as the mastermind and affording these softwares and stuff like that. For the most part, I could make it work. I'm sure I could, skimp out here, do this there, skip that, whatever. I'm sure I could do something. But now, because I have these credit cards and because I just have so much hardcore belief in my abilities, I now don't have that worry. Now I must have that worry, I guess, if you want to call it that, later. So right now I'm buying the confidence of the future, because right now money is not a problem, but later it will be if I don't get my shit in order. Now, I say all this because now having that additional income of $1,000 per month, that makes me break even. So right now I don't have to put anything on a credit card. I don't have to. Now, will I? Because I use it because I get points. I think I made $100 in rewards points last month, which is really cool because I was looking at the transaction history. Looks like I'm getting 3 to 4 to 5% cash back on almost everything that I'm spending money on, which is cool. So I have $113 cash back. Now, if I did that for a full year, which I will, nothing's going to change there, then I'm going to have $1,200, $1,300 just in rewards points. And that's a cool thought. I don't know what I would use that on. Maybe some upgrading my equipment or buying some more courses. I don't know. Maybe just going on a trip. I don't like the idea of spending money on trips quite yet, but I honestly don't like the idea of spending money on shit that doesn't increase my quality of life for the present moment, for the things that are going to make me get me the most fulfillment and make me the most money and get me the furthest in life the quickest now. So yes, I want to go on trips, but right now I couldn't give a fuck. Yes, I want to go and travel the world, but right now, absolutely not. Absolutely not even, I want to have 27 kids, but right now, absolutely not. I want to buy so much fun shit for my office and wallpaper and all these fun things. But it's not important at all. What's important is me getting better equipment, better setups, better softwares, faster internet, like things like that make work easier, more enjoyable. Just things like that, things that contribute to my quality of life, make things easier, faster, more efficient, whatever that may be. For me, that's what I'm gonna spend my money on. So if I have $1,300 by the end of the year, then shit, I might buy a whole podcast setup. I might buy, I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, that's that. So that's cool. Now, on the call, as you just heard, the only thing that kind of worries me is he said, oh yeah, you work 4 days a week, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, bro. But I need those days to work on my own shit. But then I'm like, do I, or do I need to, I don't know. Because if you want to make it an hourly average, let's say that I do work Monday through Thursday, 2 hours a day, it's 8 hours. Let's say that on Saturday I work 6 hours. I don't know. That's 14 hours. Now, I think right there I just proved that it's kind of, I think I'm getting fucked. But let's see. So if I'm working 14 hours, so 8 plus 6, I don't think it'll be that. I'll just say 12. So we have 250 divided by 12. So that's $20 an hour. So not the greatest. However, it's something. And also I'm getting paid to learn. And I'm working directly under somebody who's clearly kicking fucking ass. Because if they've got 120 clients, they're doing something correct, And during the call, I had a little moment where I was like, whoa. Because I really had this thought, because I talked about it before, but nutrition, fitness, macros, I love this stuff. But as far as making that my identity and that my business and everything like that, I'm going to only do it for as long as I need to, until I can transition out of it and do something else. Because I like business a shit ton more than I like macros and calories and workouts. I think all of this is so enjoyable and fun and all this shit. Now, I don't know what else I would do. I'm still learning, but right now I have the perfect opportunity. I'm not talking about shadow coaching. I'm talking about everything, to learn sales, to learn content creation, to learn consistency, to learn branding, to learn all this stuff, to learn what it actually takes, what it is, what it means to actually work hard. And I value that more than anything else. And now if I got rid of the coaching business and focused solely on this guy's, I could do a lot of shit, but a lot of the opportunity that I would have would actually be diminished. So for that reason, I am going to continue exactly what I'm doing. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't think about exploring that option of just going kind of full time with this guy and then using that money or whatever to do something else. And I don't know. And it's not even a strong consideration, but it did get me thinking, because ultimately the goal is not to do this particular thing forever. It is just to learn the skills and to better myself. And with time, that I think I can do something else. Now, that's a whole other thing, because I just don't know. But anyway, what else is there, man? So this one might be a longer one. I think I might just, I don't know. So there's a lot of things that I struggle with, and a lot of those are the inability to do what needs to be doing earlier than it needs to be done. And what I mean is, I woke up at 5 a.m. today. I had all day to hit the gym, to do a sales call, role play, to record this podcast, to do literally everything. I did none of it. I have not gone to the gym. So right now it's 6:11 p.m. I need to go to bed in 2 hours. So I have not hit the gym, have not done the role play. I'm doing the podcast now. And why the fuck am I waiting so late to make this happen? Why didn't I do this earlier in the day? So that pisses me off. And I was just talking to Lexi about this. By the way, if you didn't listen to yesterday's show, it's cute as shit. It was my first ever guest on the show, so that's really cool. It was Lexi. So if you haven't listened to that, then go listen to it. Also, the reason why we even did the show is because somebody asked a question of how we met and how she kind of fits in, how we fit into each other's lives, given the fact that I'm trying to make a lot of things happen in my life. So if you want to ask another question, then go to the form in the description. You can ask anything. Maybe I'll have to get another person on the show, and maybe I'll have to, I don't know. It was very fun. I gave her a big fat kiss and a big fat hug when we were done. And I was like, this is so cool. I can't believe we just did this. Because going from me not being able to record in front of any person to then recording in front of her, to then being able to do more things in front of her, to then being able to record a show with her. And I'm not diminishing that it was her, but I did this with another human being. Guys, I started a fucking podcast in the corner of my aunt's bedroom in her house, my bedroom in her house. I bought soundproofing to minimize the sounds that were coming out of my room so nobody could hear me. And I recorded 100 episodes straight, didn't tell a single person because I was so embarrassed, insecure, whatever, just bashful that I was doing something out of the norm. And now I'm recording shows with people. And so for me, that is quite a fucking milestone and quite a step in, quite a massive step in the right direction. So anyway, if you haven't listened to yesterday's, go listen to it. It was my first ever show with somebody with the intent to record it together. Now I know I've recorded other shows with other people, and I've done role plays, and I've had the CEO of Nido. He was on here, but it was more like we had a phone call plan and I asked if I could record it. So that's what that was. So I wouldn't consider him the first, but anyway, so I just need to get my shit together in order and get things done. I know I would feel much better about quite literally everything in my day if I were to just wake up and get right to the things that have to get done, as opposed to getting up and doing kind of whatever. Because now, like I said, I have an hour and a half to get all this done before I have to go to bed. And what actually kind of upsets me more is I took today off. I used some PTO. And when I do this, I'm like, when I request PTO, or you don't request shit where I work, you just tell them, which was really cool. When I use PTO, in my head, I justify how I'm going to spend. Why do I keep burping? I try to justify how I'm going to spend the time and why it is going to be beneficial for me to use PTO to then use this time for myself. And it sucks to say, but today was one of those days where I felt like I would have had more benefit if I had just gone to work. And it just sucks. It just sucks to say that. And it is what it is. I'm living and learning. But yeah, so I just have to, dude, I don't know. I feel like I'm just one big imposter almost right now, because my diet is not the cleanest. I'm not currently meal prepping. I'm just eating my meals. And I feel like if I'm going to be the guy that helps people gain muscle, I need to be better at doing that, provide more recipes, do all that shit. I'm not doing any of that. As far as the gym goes, sometimes I miss a day or two. And that's not because I don't want to go. It's because I would rather be doing this stuff. And I feel like it's more important that I do this stuff right now, because I feel like there's seasons to this, meaning how I spend my time now is not how I spend it forever. Meaning once I get the shit off the ground and I have things popping off, then maybe I can just not go so hard with it and allow more different things, different time allotments in my life. Now, even saying that out loud, I feel like a fucking pussy. But that's that. And I don't know, man, just small things like that. You know, like today I just didn't spend my time as best as I could. I did record some videos, I recorded some reels, and I'm editing those as we speak. And that's actually what I was doing before I had the phone call, before I started realizing that I was a piece of shit and I missed the call, that I can't be late for shit and I can't be missing things like this, because this is the real world, man. I almost had an opportunity and then shit all over it. It just like that, because of one simple overlooking mistake. Now, before I forget, I'm going to write down a little sticky of making a schedule. I'm actually going to pull it up right here. Make a schedule and send to Mina. Okay, right there. So I just made a note so I don't forget. I'll tell you what, man, I don't know. I don't know if I have some kind of mental condition where I just am so spacey, but I forget everything all the time. And it's so hard for me to fucking focus. And if I'm going to get diagnosed, I hope they give me all the shit so that I can use that in my success story later. Matter of fact, maybe I'll do that. Like, oh, you got ADHD, ADD, Asperger's, you got inability to this, you got low levels of this, your ability to this here. I can't believe you do what you do. Give me that so I can use that in my story later to sound like a fucking baller. But if they're gonna diagnose me like, oh, nothing's going on, man, you're just kind of stupid, I'd be like, huh, great for the story, you know. But anyway, I know I have something going on. It's for me in my head, it's so fucking hard sometimes. But the thought of even considering that as an excuse or something to let me off the hook, I'll fuck all that, dude. That's some weak ass shit if you ask me. So hell no. Anyway, that's that. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this live so I don't forget. So we're going to make a table. I just want to give him my schedule so he knows what to expect. Okay, we're going to go insert below. We're going to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, now we're going to put all of these in the middle. We're going to say 4:30. It's all bold, so 4:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Okay, we're gonna go. So Monday through 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Every other Friday. 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. to. Sorry, there's so many fucking asterisks I gotta put in here to be like, oh, on this day it's actually every other Friday, blah blah blah. Every other Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, 5 a.m. to 8. Oh, wait, no. 5 p.m. It's date night. How could I forget? Sunday, that's going to be X. Okay. Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so we're going to actually highlight these so they're nice. Because I like shit like that. Making a little schedule here. Hold on 1 second. Bang. Okay, making a little schedule. Still making it. This shit's probably boring as fuck. I apologize. Not much I can do here. Gotta fill all these up. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. I put down all of the times that I am available to work for me to as a shadow coach, but I am under the impression that just because these are my hours available, I won't be working every single one of those. Every hours available, I won't be working every single one of those. Meaning, yes, I am available 5 a.m. to 5 p.m., but I also have to meal prep, record reels, do check-ins for my few clients, etc. On Saturdays. But I also have to however, it's just a flexible time slot for me to do all of these things. So I hope this makes sense. So what days? So Tuesdays I have more time. So Tuesdays. I think I'll just keep it the same across the board. Five a.m. to, this is for Sunday, 8 a.m. and I'm going to say 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. roughly. I don't even know about that because Lexi and I do stuff on Sundays. So I'm just going to put roughly on there. Okay, now to make it just a little bit cuter, we're going to alternate the colors on here so it looks nice. Just sort of creak on my stairs. Someone's probably here. All good. Okay, let's go ahead and make this italicized. Boom. I'm under the impression that just because these are my available, I won't be working every single one. Meaning, yes, I am available 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays, but I also have to meal prep, record reels, do check-ins, and my few clients, just flexible times for me to do all these things. But during those times, I can work. There's shadow. Thanks again. I'm just putting my information. I'm not going to say that out loud. Putting all that here. Okay, I'll just bold all that, make it single, italicize the shit out of it. Add the indentation, boom. Okay, I think we're done. So what we're going to do now is just take a screenshot of this. Not going to even send them a file because I'm just going to send them a screenshot. So I got that pulled up. Now let's go to text messages. Now I'm going to drag and drop that file into the conversation. Boom. So I just sent him Monday 4:30. I should have put his time. I'm going to make it with his time as well. So we're going to go 6:30 to p.m. 8:30 p.m. We're going to paste that here. Oops, shites. Your time. Your time. Every other Friday. Friday equals 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Your time. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Oops, a.m. We're going to copy this whole thing. Paste. That needs to be a 7. Needs to be a 10. Fuck! 10 a.m. 3, 6, 1 to 4, 3 to 6. That's right. We're going to go add in my time here. Making this a lot easier for him to see. I'm gonna make his time a different color so that he knows at first glance what to look at. So it's a little bit easier. Boom. Okay, I feel a lot better about this. I think it looks much better. So we're going to make this page list so I can take a big screenshot. Page list, okay. So let's go ahead and take a screenshot. Okay, boom, done. All right, boom, boom. Boom. Did he text me back already? Okay, this fucking, the thing where it hides the bar for Mac, don't hide into shit. Just leave it there. It's a bit easier to read. I'm gonna unsend the other. How do I unsend it on Mac? Click it for every week, show times, whatever. All right, so that's done. So yeah, I took you guys through that just because this is what I did. I just documentation, baby. So yeah, there's that. So I put it in my calendar. Let's double check that it's in there. Phone call with Mina Monday. Okay, made it red, so I'm not going to forget that shit. Okay. Now today, see, like I'm looking at my schedule for today. I didn't do shit, man. You know? It's so frustrating. Why is it frustrating though, Bryson? Because you didn't work when you said you were? You didn't put in the work and the time and all that shit when you said? Huh? Like today I was supposed to record 3 podcast outlines as well for the Allegiant Excellence podcast. Did I do that? No. And now I have to go to bed in an hour and a half. What am I doing? Didn't even message anybody today. But I did record reels. I did do that stuff, and that was for tomorrow. So I guess that's a win. Man. I think this is going to sound fucking crazy. Also, the other thing is I have to read, so the part of the challenge for the Allegiant Excellence show was that you have to read at least a 200-page book by it was Saturday night, the 4th. So that's 2 more days away. I picked a book that was 350 pages long, but I had plenty of time to do it. And now what I have to do in order to get that done is read 100 pages tomorrow and 100 pages on Saturday. Now, that's like 8 hours for me to do that because I'm not the fastest reader. I would say it's about 2 to 3 minutes per page for me. So that right there, if I'm reading 200 pages, that is 200 times 2 minutes. So what is that? 4,400. What is that? Yeah, 4,000 minutes. So divide that by hours, and and I don't want to bail on that, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. So what I was going to say was I think that I have reached a point now in this journey of mine where I really just can't do anything that's not this. And why I think this is a realization now is because I say that I don't have time or that I don't have enough time. I don't say that and mean it, but like I need more time today. I had all day, I just didn't use my time wisely. And I probably spent an hour today playing chess, for example. I probably spent 2 hours just scrolling social media. So that right there's 3 hours. And other things, like I actually think that might be it today. So chess, I don't know. So maybe 3-4 hours that were just shit on. So in those 3 to 4 hours, I could have read for 2 hours. I could have made something for my clients in 1 hour. I could have, this is actually where I forget what I've done for the day. So today I actually did a lot. Today I actually did make the ebook cover and make the ebook entirely. It's called the Skinny Guy Arsenal, and there's 22 intensity techniques for somebody to use and apply in the gym. And I like stuff like that. Making training stuff is much easier than making nutrition stuff. And it's a free ebook. It's a lead magnet, so I can use that to give to people as a free resource. And I did say that I wanted to commit to making my stuff so valuable that it outperforms and outweighs other people's paid stuff. Now, I'm actually going to see a live look into this guy's program. So I'm interested to see what he charges versus what he delivers, because if he delivers a lot less or not as detailed or less efficient for more money, then that is proof right there that I severely underestimate what is possible for myself. And that's also a very interesting thought, because that means that my belief in myself even though it is ridiculously high, is still so undervalued. So meaning if I'm putting down $1 million that I can make $1 billion in the next 30 years, what's actually possible is I bet $500,000 of myself and I make $10 billion in the next 25 years, because I'm just not aware of the value that I actually can deliver. And I guess that's just a lack of experience. That's a lack of awareness. That's a lack of a whole bunch of shit. And especially right now, the lack of discipline and focus on doing these things that I need to get done. So going back to what I was just saying, I think that I've reached a point now where I might just have to literally delete my chess.com account so I don't even have the temptation, because know thyself, right? I think is that in the art of war? Where does know thyself come from? The phrase know thyself is the ancient Greek temple of Apollo in Delphi, where it comes described in a phrase reminder, the answers people were seeking were within themselves. Book. It might have been the Four Agreements. I got the book right here. Let me double check. I don't think it is. The Four Agreements. Domestication, second agreement. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. I don't know, man. But know thyself, pretty much just meaning if you know, because this happens a lot. People will say, oh, don't worry about eating a donut. That's not going to make you lose. That's not going to derail you and make you gain all this fat back and do all this. And it's like, yeah, 100%. I agree. If I've been strict on my diet for a year and I have a donut, that's not going to make me gain fat. It's fine. I could have a donut. But for me to have that donut means that I would be allowing myself the leeway to go against what I believe in or my goals or whatever. And in doing so, it makes it a really slippery slope, because it's like, oh, I had one donut, I'll have another. For me, that's how it works. So it's not about balance or whatever the fuck. It's like, I know myself well enough to know that if I have a donut, I'm going to have 30 and then I'm going to go down the slope and I'm not going to do well. So for me, I need to just fucking delete everything. That's why I sold my gaming PC. I sold that, I was going to say last year, but technically that was 2024. Who gives a fuck, bro? 2023, I sold my gaming PC and I bought my MacBook. And I think that was just very beneficial for me because I didn't have any opportunity to game. And it's been great for me. So now that I have chess and stuff like that, and yes, I love it and it brings me joy and I enjoy learning more. I just don't need to be doing that shit, bro. Same with when I was learning Italian. I was like, dude, this is hell yeah. I even bought a premium subscription to a damn app, and I still have it. It's a year-long thing. I think it was a lifetime thing. I actually spent some dollars on it. But anyway, I have that. But I'm like, I don't need to be focusing my time on that, dude. I gotta dial in and focus on this. So I don't know, man. I just, this whole time I thought I've been working hard, but I guess I'm just leveling up, and I think that just requires more sacrifice. I don't even want to say it's sacrifice, just more accurate investments of time. That's definitely what I'm approaching right now. So right now I'm actually standing up with the mic. There we go. Wow. And talking it through and talking about all this makes you feel better. But right now, honestly, I'm just even more stressed now because oh, dude, so this is what's going through my head. Didn't go to the gym. I want to go to the gym now, but then if I go to the gym and be late for bed, that fucks up my day tomorrow. Can't do that because I wouldn't just be go to the gym, come home. Still got to role play, still got to upload this show, and I still got to do a rigor for the day so I don't fail because today is day 5 of the blade. I failed it 5 days ago yet again, so it's on my 6th attempt or some shit. And I'm just lazy as fuck, and I'm not a man of my word right now. And I just got to stop, dude, because it's pissing me off. Yeah, just doing me no good right now. I don't think it's done anybody any good ever, but especially now, I don't know. I guess I've just reached a new level in my little journey. And I'm being demeaning to myself here. I've reached a new level in my journey, not my little journey. Fuck, I'm my own worst hater right now. I've reached a new level in my journey. In this, I don't know, in this path of mine, I have reached a new bear that I must slay. And this bear gives no fucks. It will slice my head off if I let it. And it's my duty here to slay the bear so that people behind me don't have to face the bear. Pulling all of these words out of my ass to sound really cool, and it's not working. So anyway, I guess we'll get this going. I'll do a role play. Let's just fucking do a role play right now. Let's just role play. Let's just do a role play right now. That's what we'll do. I'm not even going to give myself time to think about it. We're just going to end this, start a new one so I can transcribe it. Good to go. So pause. Okay, so we're going to go to ChatGPT, get this shit pulled up. I actually got to use my phone. I don't even give a fuck. We're using this. I'm sure it'll pick it up. No, I got to use my phone. It seems like it does a lot better on my phone. I can't read that. Oops. Okay. Let's pull this up. Okay. I haven't done a role play on the podcast in a minute, so I've gotten better for sure, but I gotta, whatever. Let's just get it done. Quit fucking talking. Let's go. Here we go. Hey,
what's up?
Hey, let's do a role play. I'm the coach, you're the prospect.
Sure thing. Let's dive in. What's your goal today?
No, I'm the coach. You are the prospect.
Got it. So I'm the prospect. Let's get started. What's your first question, coach?
All right, Bobby. So first things first, just want to say thank you so much for joining the call today. I know that with the holidays and stuff, it's probably been a little bit hectic for you. And I know that you mentioned earlier that you had some things to tend to tonight. So just want to say thanks so much for your time. And hopefully I can make this call valuable and super quick for you. So that way you can leave and have something actionable to take away and get better as a result. Is that cool with you?
Absolutely. That sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. What do you need to know from me?
Talk a lot faster, my guy.
Absolutely. That sounds great. Looking forward to it. What do you need to know from me?
Cool, man. So as far as the call goes today, just so you have an idea of what to expect, what we're going to do is we're going to go over your goals and why those are important to you. And then we're going to go over some of your struggles and what's kind of holding you back. And then we're going to go over some strategies that I actually tell my clients to follow to help them get the results that they get on a continuous basis. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'm ready to dive in and discuss my goals and struggles.
Talk a lot faster for the rest of this entire call. Do not ever compromise.
Got it. I'm ready. Let's do this.
Talk way faster.
Got it. I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right. So first things first, I just want to get a good idea of what your goals are and what you're trying to accomplish. So what's the number one goal that you have, Bobby, in the next 6 months? What are you looking to achieve, my man?
I want to build muscle and gain strength, especially in my upper body.
Gotcha. And why is this important to you?
I want to feel more confident and improve my overall health. It's a big priority for me.
Gotcha. And did something happen for you to want to make this a priority, or what's going on?
I've just been feeling like it's time for a change. I want to push myself and see what I'm capable of.
Sorry, excuse me. Gotcha, man. That makes total sense. And I mean, because I totally understand what you're saying. And what are you doing right now to work towards that goal?
I'm hitting the gym regularly, focusing on compound lifts, and trying to eat more protein.
And how much protein are we talking here?
I'm aiming for about 150 grams a day.
Okay, not bad. But how much do you weigh?
I weigh around 160 pounds.
Gotcha. Okay. So you weigh 160, trying to get 150 protein, trying to build muscle, trying to get strength. Do you have any kind of number amount or a figure for building muscle? Do you want to gain 10 pounds of muscle, 20 pounds of muscle, 9,000 pounds of muscle? What does that look like for you?
I'd like to gain about 10 to 15 pounds of muscle.
And is that for any other reason than to just feel good and know that you push yourself?
It's mainly to feel good and see what I can achieve. It's also about improving my overall health.
Yeah, man, I get it. 100%. I'm the same way. And speaking of health, walk me through a typical day of your nutrition and what that looks like and the foods that you're eating and things like that.
I usually start with eggs and oats for breakfast. Lunch is often chicken with rice and veggies, and dinner is usually fish or beef with some kind of carb like potatoes. Snacks are typically nuts or yogurt.
It seems like you got that pretty cleaned up, man. That's awesome. And are you tracking how much you're consuming right now?
Yes, I track my calories and macros daily to make sure I'm hitting my targets.
And are you hitting your targets every day?
Mostly, but there are days when I fall a bit short.
Gotcha, man. So how many days a week are you hitting the gym then?
I'm hitting the gym about 5 days a week.
So real quick, you're hitting the gym 5 days a week. You're eating very clean. You're tracking your goal and you're hitting it every day. What is preventing you from seeing the results that you want?
I think I might not be pushing myself hard enough in my workouts, or maybe I need to adjust my nutrition more.
Do you know how much you should be eating right now?
Yes, I have a rough idea of my calorie target for muscle gain, but I might need to refine it.
And what is that number that you have that you're trying to get every day for calories and protein?
I'm aiming for around 2,800 calories daily with about 150 grams of protein.
All right. I'm just trying to figure out where the issue is because honestly, it sounds good. I'm not sure what I'm missing here. So hopefully we can figure that out in the rest of the call. But as far as fast food goes, are you consuming any of that or what does that look like for you?
I rarely eat fast food. I try to stick to whole foods most of the time.
Right on. Okay. And do you drink any alcohol?
Occasionally, but I keep it to a minimum.
Okay. And are you a smoker?
No, I don't smoke.
Good, man. Wouldn't recommend it. Very expensive shit to get into. All right. So going back to your goal that you mentioned earlier, you want to gain the 10 to 15 pounds of muscle and do this hard shit to prove to yourself that you can. Why is that important to you right now?
I want to challenge myself and build confidence. It's a way to push my limits and grow.
I totally understand, but why now? I mean, why is now the time?
I've reached a point where I'm ready for a change. There's no better time than now to start.
What happened to make you feel like now is the time? I'm trying to push on this a little bit because people don't just wake up and like, oh, I'm ready for change. Something had to have happened in your life to make you think differently or feel differently or something. And maybe I'm wrong, but I just wanted to clarify here.
You're right. I've been feeling stuck and want to break out of my routine. It's about proving to myself that I can achieve more.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, cool. Well, I appreciate your honesty. And I'm curious, why is it important to you to make a change now instead of waiting any longer? I mean, we're on the call today, right now. Why right now? Why not a month ago? Why not next week? Like, why today?
I realize that delaying only holds me back. I'm motivated now and want to take action while that motivation is strong.
Gotcha. And honestly, man, what are you going to do when motivation wears off? Because it will wear off.
I'll rely on discipline and habit. Motivation might fade, but commitment keeps me going.
And how much discipline would you say you have now?
I'd say my discipline is pretty solid. I'm consistent with my routine and committed to my goals.
Hell yeah, dude. And I'm curious, man, how long have you been putting this off for?
I've been thinking about it for a few months now, but I'm ready to take action.
Got it, man. And when you say you've been putting it off for a few months now, how does that make you feel? I mean, a few months is quite a bit of time to just be kind of blowing it off, you know?
It's definitely frustrating, but I'm using that frustration as fuel to start now and make real progress.
There we go, man. I love it. So going off of that, I want to paint a picture in your head. I want to paint a nice, beautiful picture in your head. So I want you to envision yourself having achieved these goals that we just talked about. I just want to know, what does that look like for you?
I see myself feeling strong, confident, and proud of the progress I've made. It looks like a healthier, more capable version of myself.
Hell yeah. And how do you think it would make you feel on the inside knowing that all of these things were actually true for you?
I think it would feel incredibly rewarding and fulfilling, knowing that I achieved what I set out to do.
What does fulfillment mean to you, man?
Fulfillment, to me, means achieving my goals and feeling a deep sense of satisfaction and purpose from my efforts.
I love that answer. That's awesome. I might steal that one.
Feel free. It's all about finding what truly matters to you.
That's awesome, man. I love asking these kinds of questions because you can absolutely make what you just said a reality, and probably much faster than you think as well. You know, as long as you're willing to do what's required, there's no reason why you can't achieve these goals. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I agree. With
All
the
right.
right effort and consistency, it's definitely achievable.
Yeah, yeah, Bobby, I get it. So now that I have a little bit better of an idea of where you're trying to go, would you mind help me understand why, just a little bit about why you haven't been able to accomplish these things on your own? Because honestly, Bobby, it sounds like you have a lot of good things going on, but we might just be missing a few things. So what's been stopping you, man?
I think it's a combination of not having a clear plan and sometimes lacking the right guidance to push past plateaus.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm right there with you. The guidance and the accountability factor are huge. I think they're very overlooked. I think people think they just need information, but we can Google anything. So all the information is out there. There's no lack of information, just a lack of putting that information to use. So does that make sense?
Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. It's all about applying the knowledge consistently.
Yeah, dude. So now that I have now that I have this information, and I want to do the opposite of what I just did. I want to paint a bad picture in your head. So I want to play devil's advocate for just a second, and I want to pretend that we'll say we get off this call, you don't take any action. We'll say that you're in the exact same place for another year, and we'll say that you just continue making no progress whatsoever. And I just think about that for a sec, and think about how you might feel if another year goes by and you haven't changed at all. So imagine you, January 2nd, 2026, and you're in the exact same place that you are now.
That would feel really disappointing and frustrating. I definitely don't want to be in the same place a year from now.
Yeah, man, I can hear it in your voice. I 100% understand. It would be one shitty feeling. So it's probably safe to say that this is a need right now, not a want. Am I right in saying that, Bobby?
Yes, absolutely. It's definitely a need for me right now.
Got it. I agree. I think that this would be something very beneficial to you. So, based on what you told me so far, man, I think that if we tracked our food, made sure that we were eating the right amounts, upped the intensity for your workouts, and made sure that we were very consistent in everything that we were doing, I think that this right here would be enough to make you to overcome this plateau that it seems like you're faced with. I think that we could absolutely gain those 10 to 15 pounds of muscle, build the strength, build the confidence that you're looking for, and overall feel that fulfillment that you were talking about earlier, that you just really want to feel, and know that you were able to stick with stuff and see it through. Does that make sense, Bobby?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. I'm ready to put in the work and be consistent.
I'm glad, man. So out of these things, what is it that you think that you need the most help with right now, man?
I think I need the most help with fine-tuning my nutrition and making sure my workouts are as effective as possible.
Fine-tuning your nutrition and making your workouts as effective as possible. Got it. And why do you think those things would be the most beneficial for you right now?
Because getting my nutrition right and optimizing my workouts will have the biggest impact on building muscle and strength.
Got it, dude. Totally understandable. So as far as your commitment level goes, where would you rate that on a scale of 1 to 10? How committed are you to making these changes and making everything that we just talked about a reality in the next 6 months? Hello? Yes, dude.
I'm at a solid 10. I'm fully committed to making these changes and seeing results.
Solid 10, man. That's a perfect answer. That's fucking awesome. Now, I'm just curious because some people don't give 10s. They give me shitty answers like 4s and 5s. Why did you not say a 4 or a 5? Why did you say a 10?
Because I'm truly ready to commit and make a real change. I know how important this is to me.
Dude, I love that answer. That is awesome. All right. Well, Bobby, at the start of the call, I mentioned that I would let you know if I could help you out or not. And the good news is you are definitely the kind of person that I can help. So, do you want to hear a little bit more about how I can help and what the Allegiant Fit program has to offer?
Absolutely. I'd love to hear more about it. What does the program involve?
All right, so for the sake of the role play and making this speedy, let's go ahead and pretend that I already sent this to you, or that I already explained it to you, and that you already have a clear, in-depth understanding of the program, okay?
Got it. Sounds good. What's the next step?
All right, so out of all of these parts of the program that I just mentioned, we got the training, the mindset coaching, the nutrition, the accountability. Which part of the program do you feel like you need the most right now?
I think I need the most help with nutrition and accountability. Those are key areas for me.
Hell yeah, dude. Everybody says the same one, accountability. That's just the moneymaker right there. So why do you think the accountability for you would be the most benefit out of all the other parts of the program? So what stood out to you about the accountability portion?
Accountability ensures I stay on track and consistently put in the effort. It helps me push through when motivation dips.
Got it, man. Makes sense. I appreciate the honesty there. Again, everybody says the exact same one, so I just think it's interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into the investment portion of the program. So is that cool with you? Do you have any other questions about the program?
No questions at the moment. That sounds good. Please go ahead.
Give me 1 second.
Sure. Take your time.
All right, man. So in-person training would cost you about $2,000 to $3,000 for 16 weeks. And that actually only gives you access to your trainer for the time of your workout during 5 days per week. And that would just be for the duration of your workout. And with that, you wouldn't get any extra accountability or nutrition or anything like that. So you're just paying for an hour, you're paying for 5 hours a week. So over the course of 16 weeks, we're paying for, I don't know, something like 90 hours. So 90 hours worth of training, is that worth $3,000?
It sounds like there's more value in a comprehensive program that includes accountability and nutrition support.
You're 100% right. 90 hours, that's about 4 days worth. And so with my online coaching platform with the Allegiant Fit, we've got the training, nutrition, the accountability, and the mindset coaching, all the resources, 24/7 contact, all the communicate, all that stuff, 24/7. And it's a lot more than 90 hours. Matter of fact, it's whatever 168 times 16 is. So whatever that number is, that's how many hours you would get. And it's not even half the cost of in-person training. So the first 4 months of the Allegiant Fit program, it's only a one-time investment of $750, Bobby. So are you ready to get started, or do you want to keep on putting this off, dude?
Let's do it. I'm ready to get started.
Give me an objection.
I just need a little time to think it over.
Dude, I understand. It's a big investment. I know it's pretty pricey, and I know that for most people, this is something that they need to make sure that they can afford. So I 100% understand, man. When is a good time to get back with you? Would this Thursday at 4 p.m. work?
Yeah, Thursday at 4 p.m. works for me. Thanks.
Awesome, dude. And in the meantime, just while you're going over what you needed to think about in your head, what is it exactly that you needed to kind of go over to make sure that this would be a good fit? Because I can send you over some free resources, help you make that decision so you have more information to make the decision. So great.
I just want to make sure I'm fully ready for the commitment. Any resources on how the program works would help.
Gotcha, man. So earlier you mentioned that you were a 10 out of 10 commitment level, and that, I even asked why you were a 4 or why you weren't a 4 or a 5. And I thought your answer was spot on, man.
You're right. I am committed. Let's move forward with it.
Give me another objection.
I just need to check my budget first. It's a big investment.
No, I totally understand, man. Is it that it's a big lump sum all at once, or is it something else, like maybe you don't have a credit card to put it on, or is it something different?
It's more about managing the budget and making sure I can handle the lump sum.
Got it, man. And just so that I understand, is there something about the program that you didn't like or that I was unclear with in explaining?
No. Everything about the program sounds great. It's really just a financial consideration.
Gotcha. So if you had $1 million, this would be a program that you invest in today?
Yes, definitely. It's exactly what I'm looking for.
Totally makes sense, man. So what we can do is we can actually split this into 2 payments, and that way we could get started at a little bit less, or a little bit over than a little. We can get started a little less than we can get started at $400 tonight, and that way you could get you access to everything, get me working on your plan tonight, and then in 30 days the second payment of $400 would come out. So that's an option that we can move forward with if that's of any interest. So rather than $750 all at once tonight, it would be $400 today and then $400 in 30 days. Is that something that would work for you? Fucking ChatGPT, man. Oh my fuck. Come on, bro. Hello? Hello?
Yes, that could definitely work for me. Thanks for offering that option.
Give me one more objection and make it really tough. Give me one more objection and make it really tough. Oh my fuck. Hello? Please respond to me. Hello?
You're welcome. Let me know if there's anything else you need help with.
Give me another objection like I just asked, please. I'm going to cancel this shit. Give me another objection, please.
I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble responding right now. Please wait a bit.
Can you give me another objection, please? Connection failed. What do you mean, bro? Sorry, in chat. Pretend I just presented price to you and you said you wanted to think about it, and I got that objection, and then you said the price was too much. Then it was then I handled that objection. Give me one final objection, and yeah.
All right. I'm just not sure if this program's the right fit for me. I'm not confident it'll work with my schedule.
Okay, and what does your schedule look like right now?
I'm working full-time and have a pretty packed schedule. Not sure how I'd fit the workouts in.
Well, you mentioned earlier that you're hitting the gym 5 days a week, so I think maybe I didn't explain something well enough, because you're already hitting the gym 5 days a week. We wouldn't increase that.
Right. I do go regularly, but I'm worried about fitting in new routines or adjusting my current ones.
Yeah, I mean, there are probably going to be some adjustments. I mean, I'm not going to say that you can keep on doing what you're doing, because obviously what you're doing isn't working. So we would just have to make adjustments, but it wouldn't be any extra time. It would probably be even less, because how many hours per week, or excuse me, how many hours per workout are you spending in the gym?
Typically around an hour and a half each session.
What if I said these workouts are only going to be an hour max?
That would definitely be easier to manage.
So did you want to get started today, or did you have any other questions, Bobby, before we get moving?
I think I'm good to start. Let's get moving.
Give me one more objection that's so hard to overcome.
Actually, I'm not sure I'm ready to commit right now. Maybe I should wait until I feel more prepared.
Dude, I understand. It's a lot going on all at once, so definitely want to be prepared for something like this. Out of curiosity, Bobby, what would make you feel prepared? What would you need to do?
I'd need to feel more confident about managing my time and sticking to a routine consistently.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you're already doing that. I mean, you're hitting the gym 5 days a week already. I mean, the food that you're eating, that's relatively healthy. So, well, I mean, I'm just curious, man, where's the hang up for you?
It's mainly about integrating a new program and making sure I can stay consistent long term.
Gotcha, man. So what does consistency look like for you?
Consistency means sticking to the routine without falling off track, even when life gets busy.
Well, I know you know this, but life is always going to be busy. There's always going to be something going on. You know, I think I honestly do believe that starting when life is busy is the best time to start, because that's the hardest it'll ever be. So in the future, it'll only get easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Starting now could build resilience for the future.
Dude, 100%. So why don't we do this, man? I'll get you set up with the split payment, 400 today, 430 days. I'll get you the plan. We'll get you started. If for any reason you're not satisfied with the program by the end of the 16 weeks, I'll send you a full refund. You don't have to pay anything. I'll even give you 10% back so you can buy a pizza. And that way, if it's not a good fit, you're not feeling it by the end of it, there's no harm, no foul. You can keep all the resources and all the stuff that I made for you. And we can get you started tonight. What do you think?
That sounds fair. Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. All right, I'm going to send you the investment link, and then while you take care of that, I'm going to get your questionnaire form ready. So just stay on the line for just a second. I'll send that over, okay?
Sure thing. I'll handle it right away.
Cool. Did you get it taken care of?
Yes, all set. What's next?
All right, that's it. Fast forward, blah, blah, blah. Okay, give me 2 things that I did well on and 2 things that I did shittily on.
You handled objections smoothly and kept the conversation engaging. On the flip side, you might have pushed the close a bit quickly.
Yeah, I did.
And there were moments where more empathy could help build trust.
Give me specific examples of word for word what I said during this call.
Sure. You said, starting now could build resilience for the future.
I didn't say that.
And let's do it when agreeing to proceed. Does that help?
No, I didn't say that.
My mistake. For specifics, you mentioned, life is always going to be busy, and offered, I'll get you set up with a split payment. Does that clarify?
Yeah, so is that good or bad?
That was good. It showed understanding and offered practical solutions.
What'd I do bad?
One area for improvement might be pacing. You could slow down to allow more space for the client's concerns.
I feel like I did a pretty good job. Why do you think I did shittily on that one?
You did well overall. The suggestion to slow down is just about refining your approach for even better connection with clients.
So like asking more expensive questions?
Yes, exactly. Asking open-ended questions can help clients feel more understood and engaged.
Got it, man. All right.
Sounds good. Keep up the great work.
You too, coach.
Talk soon.
All right. So glad we got that done. I feel much better. Go figure. This podcast is an hour and a half long. Holy shit. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said that the concern of having this podcast and all the time that I allocate to it, sometimes I'm like, I just spending time. My focus is on different things, you know. I think that's another problem, is the focus that I have is just everywhere. Because I want to write a book. I want to do my self-therapy shit. I want to learn Italian. I want to make sure that I'm making the best videos I can. I want to just go ham in the DMs, but I can only do 10 every so often, like every hour. Then I want to make sure that I'm recording the best podcasts and writing the scripts for all that shit, and it's nice. That way I can build a long-term play for the platform in the future. Also want to start doing YouTube, but it's just more shit I got to worry about. Then we got the shadow coaching thing that I'm worried about and trying to get started with. I just got a text from Mina for that stuff, so I start Monday, send him my schedule. I mean, the fact that I'm even talking about all this shit, that like I already had a phone call on this podcast. I already did a sales role play on this podcast. I made a whole schedule for Mina, just sent it to him. This is what I'm talking about. What I've done in the last hour and a half, this is what I got to keep up with for every day, every hour that I'm not at work. I just have to be doing this shit. I just have to. Fuck. Anyway, I'm done. I'm going to upload this, write about it, do all that shit. My goal is to do all of what I just said in 10 minutes or less because I'm done with this shit. I need to get my act in order. And I really, if I'm going to make this work, I just have to accept the fact that I'm approaching a new level, a new boss, a new dragon, whatever, and that I just am not equipped to slay it. And if I have any hopes of getting further ahead and learning more and progressing, I really just have to take this much more serious than I am. So I'm going to call it out right now, and I'm not going to do anything other than this. I'm going to write about the show, upload it, get all that shit done, and then I'm going to read until I go to bed because that would make me feel better. I'm not going to get 100 pages in tonight, but I can probably get 30. And then we'll go from there. And then I'll start tomorrow off, and that's that. So that's that. All right. I know it was a long one today, so if you're still listening, I appreciate you. Fill out that form below in the description if you want to ask any more questions or see any guests on the show or stuff like that. And honestly, I have been getting emails that they seem automated. They seem very, ungenuine, disingenuine, whatever the word is, disingenuous, whatever. And this is a documentation podcast. This is not a go back and forth, talk about some shit about, I don't know. I actually don't even know where I'm going with that. This podcast is wherever the fuck you want it to be. But I'm done talking. Bye-bye.